Ms. Bates is participating by telephone. Ms. Bates, can you hear us?
I can.
Okay, great. All right, at this time, I would like to recognize Ms. Bridget, who will lead us in prayer. Mr. Powell, who will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. If you please stand.
Our gracious Father, which art in heaven, Father, first and foremost, we want to give you the honor and glory that you're so worthy of. We thank you for the blessings that you extend to us every day. Some we acknowledge, some we don't. As we prepare for this meeting, we ask for your presence here and all decisions that are made for our citizens, for our organizations, for developers, contractors, employees. Father God, we ask that you guide us in this, that all decisions give you the honor and the glory. These and other blessings we ask in your precious Son, Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Attention, salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank y'all for doing that. I'd like to recognize the Honorable Wesley Slade, who has served many years as an alderman, and he has graced us with his presence, and we miss you a lot. Thank you for being here.
Thank y'all. Doing a great job. Keep it up.
All right, Chief Hale, we're on item 380.
Yes, there I need to have Mr. Officer Bobby Heron sworn in as a police officer.
Sharon, how are you? All right. Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Bobby Heron,
I, Bobby Heron,
do solemnly swear that I will faithfully support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Mississippi and obey the laws thereof, that I am not disqualified from holding the position of police officer for the city of Flagstaff, that I will faithfully discharge the duties of police officer according to the best of my ability, so help me God. Congratulations.
There you go. Come on up, y'all. What's the I thought he was the wrong board.
You don't want to bring up the rest of
You can take a family picture first,
Oh, y'all come on up there. We know.
Sit up, we have to stay close to you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Are you gonna give him? I was just going just to you.
Yeah, I just got it on there.
Small case.
I just got it. I'll get another one.
All right, guys, we're gonna move to the consent agenda. There have been 2 late additions to the consent agenda. Oh, I'm so sorry. It's written down here.
Sorry,
Ms. Kelly, thank you. You got item 3B.
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry.
Good evening, Mayor and Honorable Board. So I'm here to present our employee of the second quarter for 2026, who is outstanding public works employee. He's been a crew leader now for, 3 years or so? A little over 3. Chris, would you like to come say a few words about Tyler?
Lay it on.
PG now, PG.
I just want to say we really appreciate Tyler at Public Works. He's been a great crew leader and now senior crew leader. He really runs the job, knows what needs to get done. He's one of the types that'll bring you a problem, but already has a solution in hand. So we really appreciate him, and he's very deserving of the recognition.
He doesn't like the recognition, but we're going to bring him up here anyway. Tyler Shelton, come up here to the podium, please. You can hang on the wall, and then we know it's really hot out there cutting grass and doing all the things. So we got you a Candy Company gift card to get some milkshakes. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Picture.
All right, now we'll move to item 4, the consent agenda. We have 2 late additions. Hopefully, everybody's gotten to see the addition of the Bear Creek invoices that were received here within the last day or so, totaling $265.81, and the invoice for the temporary striping for the paving project totaling $18,762. So with that said, I need a motion to approve the consent agenda.
I'll make that motion, but I do have a request of the auditors. They could come and present before the board when they complete the audit. We haven't seen them in person yet, so that's my one request.
All right, so I've got, Mr. Powell has having made the motion to approve the consent agenda, Ms. Bates having seconded the motion for the consent agenda. All in favor? Any opposed? All right, now, Ms. Keller, Ms. Bates wants to see the auditors here.
Yes, I'm happy to pass that request along to Bridgers and Goodman if they
Okay.
would like to come to our next meeting.
Okay, and we
Yes.
we did add an item, that will be 6J today to discuss the audit that we just received. And we can discuss this further, but if you can ask them to come to our next meeting, that'd be great.
Sure.
Okay?
Oh, no, I don't mean the next meeting, but I mean when the audit is complete, that they come and present the audit report.
And we have the audit report, and I think she's emailed it to everybody today.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, no, it's just customary, like for the next audit, it's customary for the auditors to show up every 1 to 3 years, 3 years, present an audit report to the
Okay.
board.
All right.
Mhm.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
All right, item number 5, monthly budget reports, bank reconciliations, or FYI matters. We'll go to item 5C, which is with regard to a budget amendment. Ms. Kellum?
Yes, sir, I'll be brief. This is regarding transfer of the grant money received from Blue Cross Blue Shield. So this is establishing a brand new account, transferring the money out of our general fund that we've already received. And therefore, we're able to have a separate account to audit and, begin our project on.
All right, are there any questions about this budget amendment? If not, is there a motion then to make this, to approve the resolution amending the budget?
Motion.
All right, Ms. Campbell made the motion, is there a second? Second. Mr. Powell seconded, all in favor? Any opposed? All right, item number 6. A. Ms. Keller.
Yes, sir. In the interest of time, I know we have a lengthy P&Z section, so I'll be very brief on my update. We did receive our audit report for FY25, and I'm happy to report a clean audit with no findings. And I will have Bridgers and Goodman come to the next board meeting and let them know that they want to present that to the board. We mailed out the industrial letters in Freeport from the last meeting or the special call meeting, so that's been taken care of. We also updated the payroll system with the new leave codes for vacation that was passed with the new vacation policy. So that was effective June 1st. And then also FY27 budget season has begun. So we have about 4 meetings planned, between now and August for budget workshops. And that calendar is included in your packet as well as on your calendar for Outlook.
Any questions of Ms. Kellum about her update, general administration update? Mr. Vaughn, anything to add for the business license report? No, sir. Any questions of him about that? Monthly grants update, Ms. Kellum, CC.
Yes, there's really not much to report other than we've been working on our quarterly reporting. We have some deadlines over the next few weeks that we're having to hit for several of the different grants. I did want to draw attention to the JAG grant in the amount of, let me see what number it is on here. It was about 13,000, number 10 on your sheet It's for equipment and technology for the police department. Laptops that would be compatible with CAD, the CAD system. We were notified on Friday late that we were awarded that grant. So we should have some more information next week and their training session. That's really the only update I have on it.
Any questions at all about the grant subject? All right, item 6D, project activation for the Gluckstadt Road Calhoun Station Parkway intersection.
Yes, and this is just a request for you to sign the documents for the project activation, Mayor. This was approved by the board in January.
Is there a motion then to authorize me to sign those project activation documents?
Make that motion, sir.
Mr. Powell made the motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Taylor seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right.
Okay.
Item 6F.
This is requesting approval to apply for are we on E? I think we skipped one. E is
You're
the
on
one
E.
that.
I'm so sorry.
No problem. So this is a CMPDD grant through the Delta Regional Authority with assistance from CMPDD. We're looking to possibly fund water for the new park through this grant. We should have some cost estimates by the July meeting. So this is just a request to apply for this grant.
All right. Is there a motion to allow us to apply for this grant?
Motion.
Mr. Taylor made the motion. Mr. Powell, did you second?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Powell seconded. All in favor? Any opposed? Now item 6F.
Yes, sir. So this is the most grant that we received, 1.6 million or so for the pre-construction of the park. We are looking to apply again for some additional funding from them when the new grant cycle opens in August. So I'm requesting approval from the board to apply for this grant.
All right. Is there a motion to authorize us to apply for the most grant?
Motion.
Mr. Taylor made the motion. Ms. Campbell seconded. All in favor? Any opposed? So going back to the well here. All right. 6G.
Yes, sir. So this is for the Mississippi Municipal League election. We just need to appoint, oh, I'm sorry.
6G, just to notify everybody of the budget calendar.
Yes.
6F was the delegate that we skipped, and 6G was the most.
Okay, we jumped ahead a little bit.
6G, we're at 6G.
Yes, so on, for the Mississippi Municipal League, there's an election and we always appoint a voting delegate from the city of Gluckstadt as well as an alternate.
Oh, we're on 6G, which is notification of the budget season timeline.
Yes,
So
and
you just want to notify
this is just to
everybody.
notify.
FYI matter, any questions at all of Ms. Kellum about the schedule? You know, so most of this is statutorily required, so we don't have to do this. Okay, now, voting delegate issue 6H.
Yes, sir. So I just need the board to appoint a voting delegate and an alternate for MML convention coming up in a few weeks.
Who's done that on the board in the past?
I believe Mr. Powell has done it before and maybe Ms. Bates. But there's only 3 of the aldermen going this year. So
Who's going this year?
Mr. Williams, Mr. Powell, and Mrs. Bates.
Williams, Powell, and Bates. Okay, well, it makes sense that 2 of those take the delegate and alternate delegate.
I'll make it easy. I'll make a motion that Mr. Williams will be the first delegate and Ms. Bates is our second.
All right, is there a second?
Second.
Ms. Campbell seconded. I give you the opportunity to object if you don't want to serve. But
Ryan, you saying anything?
Ms. Bates, are you good with serving as the alternate?
I'm good with it. I was voting last year, so I think it's fitting for Mr. Williams to be the
Okay, all right.
voting.
Motion then to make Mr. Williams the delegate and Ms. Bates the alternate delegate. All in favor? Any opposed? All right. 6I.
So we've covered the outdoor stewardship fund and I did get approval for that. The only thing that's left that we need to add or is a request for notification to the state auditor's office of our audit.
6I is we owe Mr. Solar some back pay for serving on the Architectural Review Committee.
Yes, I'm sorry, it looks like my agenda is off. That's why that I'm having some issues here. So I
We
apologize.
pay those folks and we have not paid Mr. Solar.
So
We owe
Mr.
him.
Solar initially volunteered to be on the architectural review, but he has since decided that he would like to get paid because it is, a good amount of time that they spend doing all the work that they do on that. So this is just a retroactive pay request for Mr. Solar in the amount of $960.
Okay, is there a motion then to authorize that retroactive payment?
Make that motion, sir.
Mr. Powell made the motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Ms. Campbell seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. Now, item 6J is a late addition. We have the audit. We need permission to publish the clean audit.
Yes,
Ms. Kellum?
and send it to the Office of the State Auditor. So we have a statutory requirement within 30 days of completion of the audit that we must publish a synopsis in the paper. So I'm requesting the board allow me to do that within next week, actually.
Okay. Is there a motion to authorize the publication of our audit?
Motion.
Mr. Taylor made the motion. Mr. Powell seconded.
Yes, sir.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? And, look, tremendous amount of credit to you guys for working with them and getting that done. I know that's a stressful time. Great job in getting that done. And it's like I tell you every year, I'd expect nothing less. I know it's gonna be clean because I know how y'all run this city and
Yes, my team is very
very
meticulous,
appreciative of that.
but we're also appreciative of all the department heads that follow all of our crazy procedures and things that they get annoyed with us about. So that's how we have clean audits.
All right, Mr.
Thank you.
Dearman, you're up. Item number 7.
Why you looking crisp when you said that?
Evening, Mayor and the board. We got a busy night here at the P and Z, so I'll try to be quick with the update. The P and Z and the Art Commission both met on the regular time, and the minutes are attached for your consideration. I want to give you an update on the architectural standards. Spoke with Chris Watson, city planner. He is finalizing them, and we're going to present that to the Art Committee this month. Depending on if we make any revisions or any updates, we hope to present that to you guys for approval in July. That's the goal there. So we really need to close that gray area between new and old, which would be good. The P&Z and the building departments have 15 new permits and submissions for a total of $22,940. And also one thing you see on my agenda, I'm asking for a use determination. One thing we're working on, we've noticed several things in our zoning ordinance that we're working on, a couple text amendments, the use chart that's going to detail a whole lot more uses, more comparable to some other municipalities, as well as an exterior renovation approval procedure. So working on that, and I hope to present that to you as well in July.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Dearman. Any questions at all or comments? All right, let's go then to the request for rezoning for the Titan RV storage, item 7B.
That's right. Mr. Steve Folks got 3 requests for you guys today. This is lot 3 in the Titan Lane development over there off Church Road. He's requesting a rezoning, a setback variance, and of course a site plan. I want to preface this with, this is a very unique lot. It is almost completely in the floodplain. And with the base flood elevation over there, it would take close to 10 foot of dirt to build a typical structure on it. So we want to acknowledge this is a very good use for this particular lot. The first, he's wanting to build an RV storage with a canopy. Scott, I don't know if you can go on down to the drawings so they can at least see the picture of it. And that is only allowed in the industrial setting in I-2. So the rezoning from C2 to I-2 is the first request. We did have a public hearing at the P&Z and it was approved due to this really good use for almost a useless lot. Like it's about the only thing you can do. And I confirmed with MEMA, a no wall structure does not have to adhere to our 18 inches of freeboard. So he can build this on grade. And the one thing we'll request from him is an emergency action plan. So in case of a flood, all the RVs are moved out of there. So, as I said, the first request is to rezone from C2 to I2 for this particular lot.
Okay, any questions at all about this rezoning request? Makes a lot of sense to me, otherwise useless piece of property.
Is I-2 close by?
Yes, sir. It's across the railroad track where Bear Creek is. That whole thing, and this whole area is, I kind of call it a light industrial area. You got construction companies, storage facilities. It's just kind of the way our code's written. This is only allowed right now in I-2.
All right, is there a motion then to approve the rezoning request? Mr. Taylor made the motion, Mr. Williams seconded. All in favor? Any opposed? All right, item 7C.
And so with that said, we had to get a little creative. With the I-2 zoning, the setbacks are extensive. And in order to make this work, we're asking the board to approve using the C2 setbacks to make this development work. Scott, if you can go to the drawing there. So with I-2, the frontage, there has to be 100-foot setback. So Mr. Folk is asking to keep the C2 setbacks, which is 35 up front and 5 along the sides there.
Okay, any questions at all of Mr. Dearman about the requested variance? Is there a motion to approve the requested variance?
Motion.
Mr. Taylor made the motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Ms. Campbell seconded. All in favor? Any opposed? All right, item 7D, site plan.
Yes, sir. So the main thing I made him add was the fencing around. He's gonna put vinyl screening all the way around it. And up front, he's gonna plant some real tall growing evergreen trees to kind of disguise it as well. But he meets all the drainage, all the new setbacks, and if we can get to the plan, at least go to the rendering, kind of see what we're talking about. So, and it's tucked away in that corner up against the railroad track. It's really a good spot for this, and there's really not a covered outdoor store right now. So I think it's a really good use of this land in the site plan.
Any questions about the site plan proposal?
The driveway leading up to that door, is that gonna be gravel?
He's gonna concrete.
Okay, for the rest of the gravel.
Yes, the interior will be all stone, yeah. It'll be a concrete drive going in.
All right, is there a motion to approve the site plan?
Motion.
Ms. Campbell made the motion. Is there a second? Mr. Taylor seconded. All in favor? Any opposed? I got you 5-0. Okay, all right. 7E.
All right, Mr. Solar is requesting a conditional use and a site plan approval for his new development over there by Mac High. He is proposing a 15,000 square foot custom vehicle shop where he'll sell used and new cars. In our ordinance, if any used cars are sold, a conditional use is required. We did have a public hearing and the P&Z did recommend approval of conditional use. And it's right next to other car dealerships, and it makes sense for this lot here.
All right, any question at all about the requested conditional use? All right, is there a motion then to grant the conditional use?
Make the motion.
Mr. Powell made the motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Taylor seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, site plan, 7F.
And the site plans, like I said, he's got future plans for other buildings on the site. This will be the first one. A long drive in, we've got landscaping going up and down the driveway, wrapping the building. We did go through architectural review and P&Z. They did make a few recommendations. Initially, the front of the building was facing the interstate, and we were able to talk with them, and we have rotated it to where it's facing Audubon Loop now, which is a city right of way. And the other recommendation was to add the color and materials scheme onto the drawings, which they have. If you can go to the renderings, up a couple, there's the color scheme and the materials. So that west elevation is what will be facing Audubon Loop. And, in my opinion, it's gonna be a real nice addition to the sea of white buildings over there, so.
All right, any questions about the site plan? There a motion to approve the site plan?
Motion.
Ms. Campbell made the motion. Is there a second? Second. Mr. Powell seconded. All in favor? Any opposed? All right, item 7G.
All right, Mr. Brad, Moncrief has purchased the building right behind us here, the old Ace Bolt and Screw. And he is wanting to do an exterior renovation for, and that's one of the things I'm wanting to work on a new process. He, as you can see, he's really going to update this building like we want it here in the city. He's moving the roll-up doors away from the front to the side and the back, painting the brick and adding a really nice storefront. This flew right through our review. They loved it and requested approval so we can get going on the renovation.
Yeah, beautiful.
That's the whole building there below it.
Really, really nicely done. Any questions at all about his proposed exterior renovation? There a motion to approve?
Motion.
Ms. Campbell made a motion. Is there a second? Second. Mr. Williams seconded. All in favor? Any opposed? All right.
This one I'm excited to present to you guys. I've been working with Mr. John Giglio since about January talking about this. This is the old Angelo's building. They started renovations on it a few years ago, stopped work, and then Christian happened to go by when they started working in, and they had a lot of issues code-wise. So we decided to make you go through the whole process, architectural review, and get a brand new permit. And Mr. John's been great to work with. And I got to give the art board credit. John has been giving us plans the best he can, and the art board really pushed him to this, what you see right here, and Mr. John took it to heart. And I think it's going to be one of the best looking buildings over there on Weisenberger. So, but that's the before picture above. Site-wise, one thing, we're making him restripe the parking spots, add landscaping, and building a dumpster enclosure. But besides that, the majority of it's going to be the building renovation.
Okay. When you say that we're making somebody do something, I don't want you to overstate it because I think that could be misconstrued.
Yes.
You work with these folks and you ask them to make these changes and they generally agree to that. Is that
Yes,
right?
yes.
And that's the case in this circumstance.
Absolutely. I misspoke there.
But I just wanted to be clear for anybody who's listening. We recognize that we've got certain requirements that we have to enforce, but we're not out here to try to make life difficult on
That's
people.
correct.
And Kane certainly is not trying to make life difficult on people. This is a great looking building and hopefully the city has been cooperative in getting this building across the finish line. So, I just wanted that to be clear.
Yeah.
I know you didn't mean it the way I probably heard it.
Absolutely. It's been
All
great
right.
working with John.
Any questions about the site plan and exterior renovation? Is there a motion then to approve?
Mayor,
Yes.
I will abstain from voting on this one.
Okay.
I'll make that motion, sir.
All right, Mr. Powell made the motion. Is there a second? Mr. Taylor seconded. All in favor? Any opposed? Okay, and Mr. Williams is having abstained. Okay, thank you for that, Mr. Williams. Item 7I.
Yeah, so Wingstop. So over here by, it's the Calhoun Park Strip Center, and Wingstop is planning to build out one of those units. And typically that goes straight to building for review, but we noticed we were a little concerned with parking. The original development was approved was 89 spots, and when we go out there and count, there's only 84 spots. So with the actual tents that are there now per our code, they take up 80 of those spots, only leaving 4. So talking with the developer and Wingstop, they've written a letter showing their analytics. The majority of their business is takeout, as well as each tenant in the building has written a letter saying they're more than fine with Wingstop taking up some of the spots. And then the week after they submitted, I spent the week, I went out there all week long at 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and 5 o'clock and counted how many spots. And the largest amount of cars that were out there was 42, and that was at lunch. And the majority, it averaged about 28 spots taken. So less than half of them are being used. I feel like we've got enough spots, and I think Wayne Staff would be a great addition to this strip center here. So
They've asked for a variance, a parking variance.
Correct.
Any questions at all about this? All right, is there a motion then to approve the requested variance? Ms. Campbell made the motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Taylor seconded. All in favor? Any opposed? Notice that Mr. Bierman is heavily invested in food.
I'm really excited about their garlic farm fries.
All right, item 7J.
All right, Mr. Todd Carter is presenting a new development over at Titan Lane off Church Road. He's wanting to build a flex storage complex built of 4 different buildings right in the middle of that centerpiece there. We've got 3 requests as well: a conditional use, a variance, and of course the site plan. So in our code, any enclosed storage in C2 requires conditional use. And the makeup of these buildings is 40% of each unit is office space and 60% of the unit is warehousing storage. We had some back and forth going through ARC and the P&Z about the roll-up doors up front. That's one thing the new standards will not allow. This is kind of unique. The actual frontage is on the sides, as you can see. So the building fronts are actually facing each other. So he did get through P&Z and architectural, and they had some requests. At first, the conditional use, that request was approved without any conditions. But after that, they want to make sure on the northern buildings, they brick the buildings because we don't want to leave that open to Church Street. So he's agreed to do that. And he's going to add landscaping along the north side of the buildings and the south side of the bottom 2 buildings. So the first request is a conditional use to have in enclosed storage in C2.
All right, there's a request for a conditional use of the Maverick at Titan Lane. Any questions about that? Comments?
So the buildings are going to face, so these 2 buildings right here will face Church Road, and these 4 buildings right here are going to face.
The back, these are the rear of the northern buildings. That will face Church Road.
And there's a brick.
And theirs will be now brick. They were metal, so that's been changed. He has the 2 lots north of this, and he does have plan to have glass front retail. We just don't know when that's going to be. So we've asked him to brick this because it'll be exposed to Church Road. These buildings will face each other. The roll-up doors on the interior of the lot here. This will face the southern part lots right here, which will go towards our office down
And he
there.
wants these to be office.
It's an office / storage. Yeah.
So you access the storage from the interior in between the buildings?
No, sir. It's you got, if you go to the rendering, you might want to go back down.
Go the other way, Scott.
So we have several of these in the city, but these will not be facing Titan Lane. They'll be facing each other. And again, this area is over there with RV storage. You got Puckett right here, and you got 2 construction companies and that long storage facility off to the right.
All right, any more questions? All right, first thing to pass on is their request for a conditional use. Is there a motion to grant their conditional use?
Motion.
Mr. Taylor made the motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Williams seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, now they're requesting a variance.
So the variance in our current architectural standards, any side of the building facing city right away has got to be 30% glass. And since these sides of the building are actually facing city right away, that's where the glass is supposed to be. So what the P&Z worked out with them is he's adding 4 windows, as you can see right there. This will actually face Titan Lane. And if you zoom in on it, we made him add down the side of it some faux windows, because this part of the building is actual storage. So you'll have, this is the office space. And then again, this will just be on 4 sides of the buildings. And then you'll have some faux windows, fake windows right here to kind of break up that long brick space there.
All right, any questions at all about the variance, requested variance? All right, is there a motion to grant the variance?
Motion.
Mr. Taylor made a motion, is there a second?
I'll second.
Mr. Powell seconds it, all in favor? Any opposed? All right, finally, the site plan.
The site plan, so again, went through ARC and they made recommendations to follow the conditions in the conditional use, adding brick on the north rear building and landscaping behind both sets of buildings, which the client has. Interior wise, he's got more than enough landscaping, as well as parking. Everything will drain into the, pre-built ditches for this development that ultimately go down to the pond down there in the bottom.
All right, any questions at all about the site plan? Excuse me, is there a motion to approve the site plan?
Motion.
Mr. Taylor made the motion, is there a second?
I'll second.
Mr. Powell seconds it, all in favor? Any opposed? All right, now, your request for a use determination, 7M.
Yes, so we had a unique request last week, Sip Outdoors over there, behind Zaxby's. It's an outdoor store. They came to us and he wants to add a deer processing side to the business. Searching through the code and talking to legal and Chris Watson, meat processing and or deer processing is not mentioned in our code at all. So this is not asking for this project to be approved right here. I'm trying to determine where this type use belongs and is it a conditional use kind of deal. And this is one thing I'm working on, that use chart, because we've got several uses that are not listed in our code. So, but with this, I did some research. A lot of our neighbors, they have meat processing in the industrial areas, but as you read it, it's geared toward big meat processing facilities, not a small deer processing type deal. And talking with this applicant, what he's wanting to do is to completely fence in the area. He's going to add on to the building to where if somebody pulls up with a deer, they will literally pull them behind the fence, offload it, process the deer, and then sell it, I guess. But one of the problems with this, he's right next to the church. The church is right behind him. So I didn't know how to determine this use. So I'm asking the board, one, is this use possible in the C2 zone? And if so, should it be conditional or should it be more geared towards an industrial setting?
And we don't have a light industrial.
No, sir.
We would have to implement, we could do that.
Yeah, it's in our code. We just don't have it designated right now. And like Titan Lane, which we talked about several times, that's a really good example of a light industrial area. But this is right in the heart of a lot of things, you know.
So what the board needs to determine is whether or not they wanted to allow meat processing in either a commercial C2 preferably or a light industrial.
Correct.
That's kind of the way you.
Correct. And it was a first permitted use or a conditional use.
Okay.
You know, if we do allow it in a C2, we could put the conditional on it and run it through the process that way and add conditions to it, you know. But if it's only going to be industrial, he's probably not going to do it. I don't see him. You won't be able to rezone this, and I don't see him wanting to buy land elsewhere, you know. But again, it's deer processing. It's a little different than a big meat processing facility. But
all right, discussion. Y'all see?
Well, I would say keep it C2 and make it a conditional use.
that's kind of what I was gearing towards. At least deer processing. And that's the other thing. Do we be specific and call it deer processing as opposed to meat processing? Cause I mean, your commercial grocery stores, they accept meat and
They're
They
not
bring it
processing-
inside.
They're not processing it.
not like
It's
this, correct?
truck.
Some bring in a half a cow and cut it up and that sort of thing, but
All right, so sounds like the idea is C2 with a conditional use.
Yes.
Anybody want to add to that? Further discussion on it? You want to give him the direction to make it C2 with the conditional use? So that needs a motion and approval by the board to do that?
Well, Jason's got something.
I just had a question. No, you're good. I just had a question about like stench and everything.
Yeah, I had several questions about that.
so that would be asked once he submits and we go through the process. You know what I mean? Like, so once he submits, he's got to submit his plan, then he's got to come explain his case to you guys. And in my opinion, if it's allowed, at least conditionally, you guys got some teeth to add certain things to it.
So Canton has 3 locations just north of us. One on the left, look, something,
Right.
and it's right by one restaurant, Tractor Supply,
That's right.
and a club car or something.
It sounds like he's got a pretty good plan, but I didn't want him to go through the process of paying for design if
You
it's
have
not.
it like completely refrigerated.
Yeah, so it,
remains.
so if you look at SIP right now, there's a big awning on this side. He is going to enclose that side, put a fence around it, and then there'll be built-in refrigeration into this addition right there. So he says he's got a plan that the public will never know it's happening. You know?
Well, y'all understand that we're not passing on that.
Right.
Right, right.
I just didn't want to pass the conditional use if we weren't going to even
Yes,
consider it.
right,
Yeah.
All you're doing is if you go to C2 with the conditional use, you're giving yourselves the authority to pass on a case by case basis, approve it or not with conditions if you decide to do that.
Correct.
So this seems like the best reasonable approach to take, Mr. Dearborn.
Yes, sir. A conditional use in the C2, it gives an opportunity to have something we don't actually have in the city. And that, in my opinion, is too small of a business to throw in an industrial setting, you know.
I mean, I would agree with
Any other questions?
I just want to make sure I weigh in, because I know we had talked about this in some detail, Kane, but you're not talking about changing the ordinance, of course, because that would require a new public hearing. You're talking about an interpretive determination by the
Correct.
board.
Yes.
If this falls under the catch-alls of permitted use. Is that what you're?
Correct. That I would interpret this as being allowed as conditional use. And it would also be something I add to the use chart that would go through a public hearing and everything.
Okay, yeah, so he's talking about that recommendation would be something that would have to take place a separate day because of the public hearing requirements and the determination that there's a change in public hearing.
Correct.
So we'll have the hearing, the board will pass on it then at that time.
Yeah, that's, if it requires a change in the ordinance before they do it, rather than using the catch-all in the previous zone, we talked about, yeah, we should set it for Tuesday or July, I would think, unless you want to, since it's a text amendment, unless you want the public hearing to occur before the planning zone. Is that what you're asking?
Well, he's wanting to submit July 1st to go for an eventual August, approval.
It's a little strange because typically the first use that's listed in all your zones says everything that's listed in the zones that are, more dense than this one. I mean, for example, C2 says everything that was allowed in C1 plus. C3 says everything that's allowed in C1 and C2 plus. It doesn't quite, it's not quite worded that way
Right.
in the city's ordinance. And so it was going to require either a change of the text to add it as a conditional use or an interpretation by the Board of Aldermen that falls within the permitted uses within C1.
C1, which are allowed in C2.
So, I mean, if you're talking about the site-specific question, administrative interpretations by the zoning administrator, can be appealed to the board or can ultimately go to the board. It was my advice to Mr. Dearman that let the board weigh in on this because it's policy determination of a new and unlisted use, arguably. But if y'all would prefer to, or in addition to, change the zoning ordinance, that would have to happen another day.
All right, so to facilitate this gentleman's request, it sounds like the interpretation is C2 is the
Conditional use, right.
That's, he can make that as an administrative interpretation, can he not?
Yeah, I mean, is it,
I can, but it's also, it states that it depends on if the board thinks it's in the same characteristics of that particular zone.
we're looking at the in addition to just the bullet point list of what's allowed and not allowed and conditional and all that, there's characters of the zone, that you look at big pictures, it doesn't neatly fall within the enumerated list. And so that's why I said it's an interpretation question.
Well, here's my question, Mr. Scanlon. We're gonna have a public hearing and a formal vote to change the text of the ordinance.
Correct.
Okay, we're not gonna do that tonight. Right. You see that the board is going to interpret this as requiring it to be in C2 with a conditional use.
Correct.
You understand that
Yes.
you can give him that direction today. With that said, do we need to have a vote on that interpretation tonight?
If you're not issuing him the permit as a result of the vote and instead you're just advising him that this is what you anticipate is going to happen, you're talking about July 1st.
Right.
Then I think that would be fine as long as he understands it's not done until it's done.
Right, so he would submit, I would tell him that the board would we would interpret it to be allowed as conditional use in C2. And he can go through the process starting in July.
Right.
Board of Aldermen.
And he needs a conditional use.
He needs a conditional use. And in the meantime, I can go through the proper protocols to change and amend.
Yep.
Okay. And update.
You give him the direction, come back to the board with the formalities that we need to pass on.
I apologize for the confusion.
That's all right, it's not confusion, it's addressing a problem and that's good.
That's it.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Dearman. Mr. Butler. Item 8A.
Good evening, board. Public Works is requesting the board to approve purchase of signal detection for Buckstadt Road and Industrial Drive. Right now, this does not have anything. It's running on timers. With the church being there, it kind of complicates it a little bit because they have some pretty busy times now. It'll help traffic flow there. It'll give us detection there. This is a new fisheye camera. I've talked with them about it, get their opinions on it. They've used this a lot. It's just one camera that sees the whole intersection and it uses AI to kind of tell them when to change.
Okay, any questions at all about this request? You want to utilize Lewis Electric at the
Yes, sir.
cost of $24,895, which is the lowest of 2 guesses instead of guys.
Yes, sir.
All right, is there a motion to approve this request? Make that motion. Dr. Powell made the motion. Is there a second? Second. Mr. Taylor seconded. All in favor? Any opposed? All right, item 8B.
We are asking approval to repair certain sections of 3 Rose Distribution Drive, which would be right out here at Buckstadt Road where it's kind of falling apart. We're gonna repair all the way across the church entrance right there. That was for $20,800. Unique Drive, there's a section of that where the road is almost shifted and going all the way down. We'd like to fix that. We've been holding off because of the cost of that one for a while. We need to go ahead and get that one taken care of if approved. And Yeddo Road repair, this will I don't know if anybody drives down Yeddo, but where the farm is, once you first get to the city limits, it does a lot of roller coaster. We're gonna go in and pre-level and get it a smooth entrance into the city right there. Yep.
All right, any questions about these various street repairs? Is there a motion then to approve these street repairs?
Motion.
Ms. Campbell made the motion. Is there a second? Second. Mr. Taylor seconds. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Chief, you got a general update for us.
Yes, good evening, everyone. Police department since the last board meeting wrote 132 tickets. We made 20 arrests, 11 misdemeanors, 3 felonies, and 60 we only worked 13 accidents. That's a good thing. Nothing on the building. Upcoming training, myself and Assistant Chief Slavin are going to the Chiefs Conference next week in Biloxi. Then I think I will be also going to the NFL Conference the week after that, or the last week. Any questions on that?
Any questions of Chief Hale's general update? Chief, anything else to add?
Yeah, I have a few more things.
Okay.
Won't be long there. I want to say a special thank you to, for the invite from Ms. Deborah Martin and Ms. Cindy Fish, who participated in the Veterans Parade and the First Responders Lunch at Lake Carolina this past weekend. Also, a special thank you to Michael Gist, Jimmy Nichols, and Brady Stewart for presenting us with an actual American flag that was flown over the nation's capital. Also, a special thank you to everyone who was gracious enough to bring us goodie bags, food, snacks, and desserts during Police Appreciation Week. We were overwhelmed, and luckily I didn't get too much weight. Very special thank you to Ms. Lindsay Keller and all the city employees who were involved in the 2 videos that were made. Did a good job showing appreciation to the police department, so thank y'all for that. And lastly, the mayor was on this. Special thank you to Lieutenant Governor Delbert Hoseman and his wife, Ms. Hoseman, for actually presenting us with a resolution commending Sergeant Lucas, Police Department, and Kristen Baker for coming up with the deaf stickers and the autistic passenger stickers. And one more thing, thank you to Austin the Source and his vinyl y'all for actually donating and making us 200 stickers for autistic passengers and 100 for deaf drivers free of charge. Got those today.
Great work. Great work. Appreciate it.
I just want to add, those autism stickers have been huge. We've gotten people from all over the country emailing about that. It has been wildly successful. It's a great idea.
And you know, I didn't realize that. I didn't learn until the Lieutenant Governor came and we learned the story. But apparently, a parent of an autistic child was pulled over because the child was maybe running about the car, and she was in a frantic because she was getting pulled over by the police. And there's a real issue with dealing with autistic children in public that police officers encounter frequently. And these stickers help identify that circumstance so that the officer is prepared for it and treats these people probably a little bit differently, as well they should probably be treated a little bit differently because it's a extenuating circumstance. So
since then, I've had a lot of people ask me to do other stickers, but I can't go down that rabbit hole.
Yeah,
I put my stuff into them too. I would love to do it. If anybody wants to donate me some stickers, I don't have a problem with it. But
all right, well, thank you very much. Great job. All right, anybody sign public comment form out here? All right, we have the need to enter into closed session because we have 2 executive session matters. So is there a motion for us to enter into closed session? Motion. Mr. Williams made the motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Ms. Campbell seconded. All in favor? Any opposed? All right, we're in closed session. Thank you all for coming tonight.